In this demo, I'm going to show a little bit about the querying and visualization and reporting capabilities of Inira. And to do that, I'm going to dive right in. And in the Inira chat window, I'm going to ask a question that has come from upper management. Upper management would like to understand the relationship between the gender, men and women in senior management positions. So let's start off and ask, how many women in the company are in a management position? So we start the chat, and this is similar to any kind of chat experience with any AI agent such as ChatGPT that you might have been used before. But the key difference here is that Inira works with your own data in a secure and safe way. And here we can see we've already got a response back. So Inira has calculated that we have 325 female managers in this company. And that's interesting information. But I'd like to know a little more. Can you show me a table with all of these female managers? So in this case, I'm expecting to get a table view, which I get here. So I can see here with all of my female managers, and I can expand the view. So here I can go through the list as I would in an Excel spreadsheet. I can export this if I wanted to. I could share it with a colleague and so on. Now, you might have noticed that I haven't specified anything about how to find the data, what fields I want to see. You can delegate all of those things to Inira, who will make intelligent choices. You can, of course, override that and be more specific if you need to. I'm going to return back to my chat, and returning to the original question we got from management was the comparison between genders. So now I need to bring men into this mix. So can you show me how many male managers we have versus female? And instead of just an answer or a table, I would like a visualization. Can you show this to me in a chart? Now, you might notice that I'm correcting my misspellings. I don't need to do that, and you're smart enough to figure it out, but that's just me wanting things to look nice in this demo. So let's see what happens. And here we get a nice visualization, and it's selected a pie chart, and I can see we have 520 male managers versus 325 female managers. But those are numbers. I could also ask Inira to show that to me in percentages if I wanted to, and so on. Another nice feature that I can do is once I have a visualization or a report dashboard that I'm happy with, I can save it to my dashboard favorites by clicking on the heart icon. So here we can see managers by gender, and I can click on confirm, and we've now renamed it, and this will be available in my dashboard screens over here on the left-hand side. So you can build your own visualizations, your own reporting, your own query analysis, and then you can save that for later for when you want to refresh and see the latest numbers, or you want to share with a colleague, and so on. Now, in this case, I've been querying just on information that's in my HR application, so one application, and you might be wondering, well, I can get that information already from my HR app. And that might be true, but Inira's real power is when you blend it with other application data into one surface. So we also have our payroll data available in Inira. And I want to go to the real question is, what is the average salary between men and women managers in my company? So let's ask that and say, can you calculate the average salary for male and female managers? So now we're kind of really getting to the heart of, I think, what senior management were asking in our original question. And we'll wait for the calculation. And here we can see now we get a very precise number. Obviously, you could ask for, rounding to 2 decimal places or rounding to whole numbers if you wanted to. But we see actually the salary is pretty close. The average salary is just a bit higher for male managers than female managers. And of course, that could be something for management to look into and see, why is that? Is that some, on the male side, there's people with more seniority, or is there perhaps a discrepancy that the company should address? So in the space of a couple of minutes, we've explored our data using plain text prompting, we've visualized, we've created a report, and we've created a compelling set of statistics that we can take into that management meeting for further discussion. Now, what you also can do is, if you want to get past working with your fixed structured data in your applications, but you also have document data. So for example, unstructured information, maybe you have vacation policies, you have HR internal policy, you have guidelines, anything that you want to bring into the conversation that Inira can use to personalize the conversation and make it accurate for your company. That is also possible to do. So to do that, if I wanted to bring a document into this conversation, for this demo and for the sake of clarity, I will start a new chat and I will upload a document. So we're going to upload a document, and I have a document on my computer called vacation policy, which describes in my company how vacation policy works, because obviously vacation policy has to follow the law of the country that you're in, but also you may have individual rules that apply to your company or even to specific departments and so on. So I will now ask, with this document loaded up, can you please explain how vacation works here? And then what Inira will do is it will actually incorporate the content of that document that I uploaded into the conversation. And here I can say I get an answer which is explaining clearly what's in the document, that I can get 25 working days and vacation is earned the year before it's taken, and so on and so on. So in this case, it's standard employment vacation regulation for Norway. But if I wanted to have a bit of fun and say I have a lot of young colleagues, Gen Z, and I would like you to explain it to them in a language that would be more fitting, so I can put it on the company's TikTok or something like that, you can say, can you please explain again, but like you are talking to a Gen Z? And here I get the yo, listen up, I get the Gen Z answer. So just a bit of fun, but to show you that the conversational style, it should be quite natural, should be just what you're used to from ChatGPT and perhaps other tools that you've tried. But the win is that you're pulling all of your actual data in safely, securely accessible, and that you can report and view and work across. So that concludes this short demo. I hope it was useful, and I hope it maybe got you thinking about what Inira could do in your organization. And if you have any questions, just go to www.inira.ai and we'll get in touch and we'll be happy to help you. Bye for now.